Hello, pilots, and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil, and today we have some more First Order making its way onto the table, this time matching up against some scum ships that we don't see all that often, so it's quite nice to see a bit of variation on there. But joining me to go through this, we have...
It's James. I'm still here.
Yep, we haven't let him go yet. We've just kept him literally on this call, just waiting for me to do stuff. He's getting quite bored. We'll let him go at some point soon.
I'm not bored. These games are fun.
Excellent. Well, this is another good one for you, James, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. But let's have a quick look at what we actually have on the table. So I'm going to go through the First Order stuff. So we have Jamie making his debut on the table with a normal game. He was in both of our Aces High games, flying some really cool ships. But today he has Midnight in the TIE FO with Elusive and Advanced Optics, Kylo Ren in the TIE Whisper with Foresight, Fanatical, Pattern Analyzer, and of course, Enhanced Jamming Suite. To be honest, nowadays I think configs are just baked in because they're pretty much 0 points. And we also have two First Order cadets in the TIE SE Bomber, both with feedback ping, homing missiles, and proton bombs, coming in at a mean 200 points there. So quite a nice list. It's good to see all the new ships on there and the oldest First Order ship sat with them as well. So it'd be interesting to see how Jamie gets on with that. On the other side of the table, though, what's Quinn got for us?
On the other side, Quinn has brought some scum ships, starting off with Bosk in the YV666 with, because there's a lot of slots here, we've got Marksmanship, Jabba the Hutt, Han Solo, Contraband Cybernetics, and Electronic Baffle. We've got Dalen Oberos in the Kimagila? I can never say that one.
Yeah, well, I normally say Kimagila.
Kimagila, okay, fair enough. With Saturation Salvo, Proton Torpedoes, Concussion Missiles, the new Watchful Astromech, Babu Frick, hey, a shield upgrade. And rounding off the list is a Spice Runner with Protectorate Gleb on board.
Tell you what, it's impressive how many upgrades you could actually fit on the Kimagila.
That is a lot, yeah. It's as many as Bosk.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, when you take into account that Jabba the Hutt is a 2-crew slot.
Also that, there, yeah. Although Babu takes up a illicit and I think a mod, or is he just illicit?
I think he's just an illicit.
I mean, he's just illicit. I'm thinking of the Y-Wings other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, Babu Frick is only tiny. He's what, about 5 inches tall or something? So, I mean,
yeah, I'd say probably about that. Yeah.
I mean, to have him classed as a crew slot would feel a bit,
absolutely,
a bit mean. Now we do actually have RPO in effect for this game, because Jamie was using some really super cool dice. I've had to put the dice cam down in the bottom corner because I couldn't edit it out and still see what he was rolling because his dice were the super cool, really nice dark ones.
As an alternative, that seems absolutely fine.
Yes, I was quite happy to do that. So we do have RPO in effect. So for this round, Quinn does have initiative, which means that the Kimagila will move and shoot prior to both of the First Order cadets. And if you keep an eye in the top corners, you will see where the initiative swaps over between them. But I think that for this game, and I've only had it actually come into effect once, I found RPO really fun, actually.
I've yet to try it.
For me, it just gave like an extra element of challenge.
It does seem to like add the risk to some of your maneuvers, being like, okay, do I go for the bump? Do I not? Do I play it really safe? Or, you know, there's a bit more decision making involved. And I think I'm going to like that moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it last week in the Mediumship Aces High. I went on a little bit of a rant about it. That, you know what? I've only had it come up a couple of times, and it's made it just that much more interesting. So I definitely say, if you guys haven't tried RPO yet, give it a go. But
what have we actually got in this game? We've got Dalen and both of the First Order cadets at the same initiative.
yeah, which could be quite interesting, actually, especially if they're getting close with each other.
Well, they all have munitions. I am seeing a lot more munitions in lists lately, actually, especially with like the changes to points and having no bid. People are taking a few less other upgrades and going, you know what? Slap on some torpedoes.
I mean, I've always been a fan of the munitions. I found them really, really good. Obviously, yes, some of them are still quite expensive, but all in all, if you can pull them off, they're quite good. And bombs now as well. I think bombs are becoming more popular, especially with the different types of bombs you can get with the thermal detonators, seismic charges, proton bombs.
There's a good variety of bombs now. And the new First Order bombers with that system phase, is it boost?
System phase boost, yes. Being white as well, which
extra positioning before dropping a bomb is fantastic.
It's still, to this point, I still have to wrap my head around the fact that they get a white boost in the system phase, but normally it's red. For me, I'm still there going, but surely it must be red for both. But no, it is white in the system phase.
That encourages the system phase boost over the regular activation boost.
And I think as well, now with RPO, system phase repositions are going to be more key. I mean, as we can see, Jamie now has initiative. So those bombers are going before Dalen. But I do think that system phase actions are going to be more of a key part of the game now. So you might see more sensitive controls on your interceptors and silencers, etc.
Yeah, I do think we'll see a point increase for anything that's like pre-movement repositioning, like BB Astromechs or even advanced sensors. Or is that already system phase?
Advanced sensors is already... No, advanced sensors is before you reveal your dial.
Right, okay. So yeah, that one as well, possibly going up. I know they've already limited like the number of ships that can take it and really benefit. Like Guri doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, because they gave Guri a tech rather than a system now, so...
Yeah, I think that's a decent trade-off, because that was very strong with the Kirby barrel rolls.
Oh, and I loved it.
Oh yeah, it was very strong, but not always fun to play against.
I know what you mean. But
it's an interesting approach going on here. We've got Quinn keeping everyone together, and Jamie is seemingly sort of spreading out.
Well, I think Quinn is very much trying to lean into the coordinating with Gleb. You've got Watchful Aspect, Babu Frick. We know how Quinn likes to... He finds an aspect of his list and he likes to work his list around that.
Yeah, the fact that he has Jabba the Hutt and Babu Frick makes me feel like there's going to be something going on there. I know Contraband Cybernetics can also come back with Jabba.
Yes.
But being able to like keep Babu charged and just avoiding having to take all of those tokens that you've spent on him by using Jabba to give it a boost, that just seems like what he's going for, I think.
Yeah, and it is very powerful. And you've got Bosk there in the YV666.
Yeah, Bosk is just Bosk.
Bosk is brilliant. The YV666, yeah, it can't really turn around very quickly, but it's still a great ship. That 180 arc.
Yeah, we said it at the same time. The 180 arc is what sets that whole ship apart. I know, like, the Wookiee gunship for the Rebels has the 180, but they're a small base ship. This thing's huge. Well, not huge, technically. That's not the right term. It's a large base ship.
I think that there are ships that could seriously benefit from having the 180 arc due to their lack of maneuverability, and I'm looking mainly at the G-class shuttle. That ship, I've seen so many games where the G-class has come in, had a good turn, and then suddenly it's then got to spend the next 30 minutes trying to turn around, and there's nothing it can do in that time. It's very frustrating. So
it feels weird for a small base ship to not have that kind of maneuverability.
Yeah. Or something that will counteract that. I mean, you look at the K-Wing, it doesn't have a K-turn or a sloop, but it
has
does
a
have...
turret.
It has the turret and it has the slam, so it can do essentially two hards to turn around. It takes a bit more, but it's got that. But yeah, a lot of other ships have something else in their arsenal to get around that. But you look at this and say, well, the YV666 doesn't, but it's got the 180 arc, so that's fine. You can stick contraband cybernetics on there to pull off a harder turn quicker. You look at the Lambda, it's now got the rear arc, which is oh my God, that was such a great thing that it got included on there. The Upsilon is a bit of a pig to turn around as well, unfortunately. But then again, that's got a 4-dice shot, so you don't really want that being 180. So,
looks like we are setting up for some shots through the cloud. Are we playing with the newer rules for the cloud, where there's no free evade on a blank?
So new rules for the cloud, no free evade on that blank. F's in the chat for the free evade. And looks like our first shot coming in from the First Order cadets. Midnight's well out of range.
Is he? Oh, sorry, I'm getting the ships mixed up. You are correct.
Oh, it was actually Bosk first.
Higher initiative.
Yeah, initiative 4. For some
reason, I thought Midnight was the ship closest to Bosk, but that's completely wrong.
Yeah, no. Midnight.
Why do you even invite me?
For those times that we do have resistance on, and I need help with that.
That's true. You brought me on because Babu Frick's here.
Yeah, I saw Babu Frick and when James needs to talk about Babu Frick. So now we actually have the First Order cadet. And that's a good hit
hits
there on Dalen. And that's
not the best defense dice or evade dice. So yeah, it takes a shield.
Looked like A Shield spending a token there to save that. So I think that's the downside of the Kimigina. It doesn't have a lot of evade dice, just like Bosk. So that's where they might struggle a little bit here.
Now, is that a target lock? Yeah, that's a torpedo being fired, isn't it?
That's a proton torpedo.
Get out early, get your points worth.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's already a natural crit roll, so that's going to be at least 2 crits. Spend the focus on defense. So 2 crits. Oh, nothing.
So that's both shields gone.
First Order investing in shields, paying off.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the First Order really, that is definitely an advantage of having those shields. You pay a little bit more for the ships, and not only that, they look pretty darn
I feel like that's probably part of their propaganda. It's like, join the First Order, now with shields. And people are going, you know what? I heard that Dave, the pilot in a TIE fighter, just died. But if they've got shields now, I'll sign up. Sure, why not?
I mean, if ever they need help with marketing, you are definitely the man for it, which is ironic considering how much you love your resistance.
I do like the moment in Solo where you get the Imperial March playing, but it's like a happier Imperial March and it's all part of the propaganda. I thought that was a brilliant idea to put in the film.
Yeah, I do like that, where you sort of see that the counterpoint to what your normal aspect that you're looking at it from is. Obviously, throughout pretty much the whole of the Star Wars saga.
It also kind of makes me want to hear like the Rebel fanfare, but as a villain theme.
Yeah, they need something. Maybe they need to have something a bit more Empire-centric on there.
I don't know. If any of our viewers is some sort of musician and can pull that off, let me know.
Yes, we would love to see that.
That'd be awesome. Or if it sounds terrible, just say, nah, it just doesn't work.
But also, if they were to do something a bit more Empire or First Order centric as a TV show, what would you want to see? Like, let us know what you would think would be quite interesting, because obviously it's all well and good always seeing it from the point of view of the rebellion and the resistance and the good guys and the Republic, but they're not the only faction in the war, or wars as it would be. So it'd be interesting to see what people would like to see from the other side. Ooh. Interesting moving out the way there. So it looks like Jamie has continued to have initiative. So we'll see how much he can get in the way of Dalen and Bosk there.
Deciding to go that side of the. Okay.
Keeping room there for Kylo and Midnight, I feel.
I feel like he's kind of lined up to potentially hit that asteroid, though.
But he can do a boost in the system phase next turn, and then do a sloop.
It's so good.
Because these guys have a 3 sloop on the bombers.
A 3 sloop after a boost.
Yeah.
Just in case you do want to avoid stuff in front of you.
They're just crazy. Their dial is actually really good. I mean, they've only got 3 blues, which is the 1, 2, and 3 forward. But they've got all of the turns, all of the banks, and the sloop. So, pretty darn good. I'm not going to lie.
Also, with no upgrades, they're 32 points.
Yeah. Oh, that doesn't look good to me.
No, that's definitely a rock.
Yeah. That is being a rock.
I wonder if potentially Quinn over-anticipated it being a medium ship.
Yeah.
Thought, I really want to get out of the way of Bosk. Didn't want Bosk to bump in any way. We'll have to see what happens there, but that's not great.
Yeah, I think that's one of the downsides of the medium-based ships is, although if you're a Scum player, you've probably got a lot of medium-based ships to play with, they're still trying to figure them out sometimes. It's been, what?
Yeah, the maths on keeping everyone in formation between base sizes, it gets totally thrown off with a medium ship.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's bad enough when you're trying to keep a large base ship and medium base ships together when going forward, let alone doing the hard turns. I think I can just about get that in my head.
Yeah. See, I feel like Bosk would have fit even if Dalen had gone slower. So that's a very odd choice, I think, for Quinn to make.
It does now mean that Dalen is in a rather awkward position because, yep, here comes Kylo.
Oh, that's not good.
And is Midnight also going to do some form of bank maneuver right through the middle? Or do you now take this opportunity to rail in on Bosk? We said that you've got 3 shots on Dalen. You could potentially take him out here.
I think with Dalen being on a rock, you're probably, although he does have a token from, I'm assuming that's from a coordinate.
Yeah, coordinate with Babu Frick. And there's Midnight. I mean, it's an interesting one.
Bosk is in Kylo's bullseye.
Oh, that could mean a lot of shenanigans there. A lot of shenanigans.
Extra red die for being in the bullseye arc instead of just the turret arc.
And if you can get those shields down early, that could be some additional spending of...
Yeah, maybe you do just leave the guy on a rock because he's not going to shoot you and try and get some real damage into Bosk.
Yeah. I mean, the hero of this story at the moment is way out of range in that Spice Runner. I mean, he's got to get himself in there. He's going to save the day, I reckon.
I guess is like Gleb pointing out things in the window, going, "Look, there's one. Shoot him."
Wow, so it looks like we are going for.
Oh, dodges it though.
Looks like we are going for Dalen. Interesting to note there, Dalen did actually use his ability to strip a shield from the First Order cadet to go back up to full health.
You know what? I'm gonna have a check on his ability because it's been a while. So at the start of the engagement phase, you may choose one shielded ship in your bullseye, spend 1 charge. If you do, that ship loses a shield and you recover a shield. Oh,
yeah.
That is such a Scum ability.
The Kimagila, both of them, Dalen and the top Kimagila, which I can't remember his name right now, they're naughty. They have some good abilities.
Fully rely on that bullseye, but that is a fun ability. I do kind of like it.
Yeah, I mean, they were the ship that introduced the bullseye arc to the game.
Oh, yeah.
So back in first edition, Kylo did strip off all of Bosk's shields there. So a nice shot there.
Yep, and then this shot from, I think, the First Order cadet that has bumped Bosk. Oh no, I think it's
the other one.
It's the other one. Is that obstructed?
It would be just obstructed due to the way the arc is.
Okay, that's decent news for Dalen.
Oh no, apparently it's not
only
obstructed.
Okay.
And that's not decent because that
No,
is...
that's a blank.
Oh no, there we go. There is the additional
Oh,
dot.
okay.
So just 2 shields coming off there.
Not great.
No. And then the final one, this is definitely not obstructed.
Yep, and definitely into Dalen as well.
So good hitting. That's all shields now down on Dalen.
Yep, even the shield upgrade.
Yeah. Ouch. Glare, just nothing. Arc isn't even pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, it's interesting to see a Spice Runner with just Protector Gleb on. It just feels like maybe not enough firepower.
Yeah, I mean, you normally see, if there's a Hawk on the board, it's normally got Moldy Crow, but Moldy Crow is very expensive, and...
But there's even... Oh, I guess the turret is built in normally, isn't it? I don't know, yeah. It's also like the cheapest shuttle they have for Scum, I suppose.
Yeah, it would be. So, I mean, it's... Again, there's a lot of stuff on Bosk and Dalen there. So you look at it and go, right, what else can you stick in there? You're thinking Z95s, M3As, or as Quinn loves the Hawk. So it's not surprising that he's put the Hawk on there instead, to be honest. Oh, we've got some bombs dropping. Oh, how much is going to get caught by that? And does... the other one dropped as well.
Bosk is going to struggle to get away from that.
Well, considering I don't think he'll be able to get away from that because he moves before midnight.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because he'll either bump midnight and get hit by it, won't get out of it the other. Yeah, so Bosk's getting hit at the very least.
Unless he wants to just literally try and back out the other. Ooh,
a bomb from the other one. Maybe trying to catch Dalen for going too quick.
Yeah. Will we see a boost now? Or is he just going straight for the straight sloop, I wonder?
I mean, I think you're right from earlier saying do the boost to play it safe around the rock, but it doesn't seem like he's going to. No, we're going straight over the Spice Runner. Okay.
Maybe he's confident in his move. I mean, what is interesting here is that Quinn now has initiative, so maybe doing that boost could have been good because it could have done a block on Dalen. So let's see if Dalen actually clears past that first order cadet. Also,
or are they just holding on to it?
Look at the size of that first order cadet, the wingspan on it. It is pretty much the same as the Kimagila.
Oh, the medium base ship that's right next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. I feel like the Kimagila is also in that weird spot of it probably could be a small base ship.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's not, to be honest.
Maybe we need a new size of base that's like medium small.
Oh no, don't do that to me. I that would just completely ruin my head if they did that. So I mean, I almost...
Let's get some t-shirt sizing. We'll have extra small, extra large.
God, that'd be mental. I mean, if they were to do smaller size bases, you'd definitely be going, right, well, the Eta 2, the Vulture, maybe the Belbelub, get those.
What would they even be? It was like the nubs would just be on the edge. It would be like just where the peg like goes down, like that little square, like just enough room for the template to fit in.
Look, we took the cannon off of the Eta 2, but we gave you a smaller base to make it even harder to hit.
I kind of like the idea that you would only be able to barrel roll to one position.
Yeah.
Like no sliding. Well, actually, there's no sliding anymore, is there? There's still no back and forth.
I do miss that. Like, you barrel on and be like, right, I'm just going to pick any one of these million opportunities that I can.
I can see why they changed it, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot cleaner, a lot simpler.
But it was always fun to like be with your like, I'm getting closer. I'm going to go, should I go the other way? No, I'll get closer. Didn't hit the rock.
No, perfect. And that is sat lovely.
Nice. Also, I think it might just clip Dalen with the bomb. That is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to... I don't know whether he checked feedback ping.
Oh, that's true. Let me remind myself how that works.
I can actually remind you that right now. Feedback pings. So, after a ship executes a maneuver, if it is at range 0 to 1 of a friendly device, you may acquire a lock on that ship, ignoring range restrictions.
I mean, I think Dalen does have 2 locks on him,
which
are from both the bombers. He may have already had one on him that we missed.
Possibly. That is quite a possibility.
Also, feedback ping is 1 point, and it's a talent slot.
Yeah.
Like, for a bomber,
it's brilliant.
That's fantastic. It also, again, it encourages you to use the bomber's abilities, like get the bombs out, get the target locks, use the boosts to get the bombs out. Yeah. It's not like you're sitting on one ability, you're like, okay, at some point this is going to come into play.
Also, what I like about it is that it encourages you not to actually... It's you'd almost think, oh, I must fly my bombers in formation normally. But this sort of there goes, now, if they've both got feedback ping, you don't need to fly them in formation because one could be getting target locks for the other one. So you drop a bomb, another ship flies past it, you go, all right, I'll get a target lock from across the board.
Yeah. I mean,
then I get another action.
Even if you know that, they can avoid this bomb, you can still get a target lock on them. And if you know that they're going to avoid the bomb, you've probably got a good idea of where they're going to be. Yeah.
And that's probably a really nice bump there from Kylo into the bomber rather than Bosk.
Oh, I don't know. He might just get clipped by the bomb.
Oh, he could.
That is close. Either way, though, Kylo does have shields and has a good shot into Bosk. Not the safest shot.
Well, it looks like a range 1 bullseye shot with 3 force.
That's pretty good.
So, I mean, you can't really argue with that, to be honest. I'd take that.
And also, with Bosk having no shields and 9 hull, Kylo's ability to just make some crits.
Yeah. And there is
a crit, I guess. It's probably once per opportunity, isn't it? For that?
So it is once per shot. Before an enemy ship is dealt a face-down damage card, you may spend 1 force. If you do, that damage card is dealt face-up. It's for every face-down damage card.
Right, because the opportunity is a face-down damage card being applied.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
And there is a stunned pilot on Bosk and a wounded pilot on Dalen Oberus there from the bombs. Kylo did take one of those bombs.
But only onto his shield.
Well, only onto his shield. But we've got midnight to shoot first. So there's going to be a lot going into Dalen. Can Dalen survive this on 6 hull?
No. I mean, if the shots are like that, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Oh, okay, the other target lock was from midnight. So I guess the feedback ping did get forgotten about from...
Yeah. Or maybe there was a target lock they didn't want to move. But that's 1 more down on Dalen. Now we have Kylo Ren going into Bosk.
Right, let's see. So, 4 dice. It's pretty good. Dodges 1. So how many of these are going to become crits? You got to do at least 1, right? Because you're going to get a force.
Let's have a look. Well, there's a direct hit anyway.
Oh.
And there's a force spend.
So you could potentially use the force on the second card from a direct hit.
Mm-hmm. Because you're dealt a face-up damage card.
That is brutal.
And that was a stunned pilot.
Didn't he already have a stunned pilot?
Yeah, he's double stunned.
He's so stunned.
He is very, very stunned.
That's the first time I've seen Kylo really use his ability.
Yeah.
That is so good.
It It's a much better ability than on his silencer. The I'll show you the dark side.
I get what they were going for with that, but this just is aggressive to the point of, oh, right, yeah, crits.
I mean, I don't think that I actually ever use that for Kylo. I always forget that it's there.
Yeah, I guess the difference is, like, show you the dark side lets you choose a crit, whereas this make sure a crit happens, which I feel is just better.
Oh, just to clarify as well, there was actually a second direct hit that went in there. So the one that was actually...
So there is, yes.
The one that was face up was the direct hit, and then faced up again for the stunned pilots. So that was a double spend there. Like, all the focus, all the force spent there to really hammer in. So wow, that was very powerful.
I mean, it was, set up for a good shot, took the bomb, but... for taking one shield to get 4 damage onto Bosk and some good crits.
Yeah.
Worth it.
It does mean that Fanatical is now live on Kylo as well, so...
Oh, I forgot about that. Wow, yeah, okay.
Oh, that's Dalen taking a shot. Debating whether to spend that time. I think you kind of have to.
Yeah, you're being chased down by most of the First Order. Get the shots out that you can, especially range 1.
Yeah, 3 hits in there. That's 3 hits going through as well. So that's the final shield.
That's worth it.
And this is where the Spice Runner comes in and kills him off.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. It's the kind of narrative you just love in a game.
So the one ship you forget about just comes in at the end. Millennium Falcon stars. Like, what?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? That's a good shot.
Oh, that is good. 2 hits there into Dalen.
I think it's 3, isn't it?
No, it's 2. That's a blank at the bottom.
Oh, okay. I think it's like that weird sort of divot that some of the dice have is showing up as a little bit. Okay, now that's 3, I think.
That's 2 and a crit there.
2 and a crit.
Oh.
Okay.
What's the crit? No Kylo to force it.
Oh, yeah. That's the other thing about this Kylo, isn't it? It's not just when Kylo shoots.
It's a blinded pilot there. All of the pilot ones are coming out there.
Who needs it? I'll show you the dark side. It just happens anyway. Here we go. What's that? Range 3 through a little rock?
Looks like... Yeah, range 3 through the rock. Come on,
Get a bit of damage on it.
You can do it. 2 damage. 2 damage. Hit
2
crit.
damage?
Hit crit.
Oh, it's a lot of green dice, though.
Oh, and that is... It's just the crit.
Oh, direct hit. Go on. Go on, do it. Oh, it's not, is it?
It's not. It was a structural damage. Not bad, though.
I mean, it'll help the Spice Runner finish the job.
Yeah, I mean, 2v4 there as well. I mean, that was a very solid
the fact that
turn.
any damage at all got through was amazing.
I mean, just goes to show you can't count out little ships like that sometimes.
Yep, definitely. It's just the coordinator guy. He'll be fine. I'll take out the... I mean, you look at the points, though. Go for the bigger stuff.
Yeah.
Now, do you think bombs are going to get dropped? I think almost certainly down the bottom of the board. I'm not too sure about near the top by Bosk.
I think we will see... I think definitely bottom of the board we'll see a bomb. I think we kind of have to. I mean, that First Order cadet's literally about to bite the dust. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw one up the top from the other First Order cadet, just to sort of try and force Bosk to move, like, to get that fear in there for Quinn.
I do like the idea that the Spice Runner is just carrying Protectorate Gleb as some sort of, I don't know, patron to the scum list here.
Yeah, it's like an ambassador. It's like, this is what we can do. This is just a bad day. This is a bad example. We can do normally a lot better than this.
don't think you're quite getting what I'm trying to set you up for.
Yeah. Please don't take this as a standard office day.
No, patrons.
On
No?
that, yeah.
There's the penny dropping.
There is the penny dropping. So, I was even thinking about it as well. Guys, as James has so kindly reminded me, and I am just absolutely blinded pilot too, we do have a Patreon here at Out of Arc Gaming, and if you do want to support the channel, the link is in the description below, and you get extra content on there, information more about what we're up to and what's coming up in the future, and you can, if you decided to, even recommend lists for us to fly, and we will fly them on the board. I know Ben tried to convince you guys to give us some ridiculous lists of, I think it was all of the attack shuttles and sheathopeds at one point, which we'd have to borrow a lot to do. But if you do want to support us on Patreon, the link is in the description below. And I'm now going to take my stunned pilot back to the game.
So we were right about the bomb at the bottom and seemingly no bomb at the top.
No.
Spice Runner is getting hit, but he's got shields.
Yeah, I mean, he's good.
Turning around, I guess. Might get chased down by the upper bomber.
Yes. I would be very surprised if we didn't see a chase there. Maybe even Midnight trying to do a 3-bank towards that. I'm not sure whether I'd expect Kylo to try and chase Bosk
I think
to
you
come
just
round.
Position yourself to get behind Bosk.
Yeah.
Because Bosk is, stressed at the moment, so he can't do a stop. You know he's probably going to do a slow move to either clear the stress or maybe a hard turn that's white.
Yeah.
In which case, I think Kylo can quite comfortably sit behind him. You might not get the bullseye, but you won't be getting shot at.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the bomber is definitely giving chase over there.
I mean, saying that, you could always just see Kylo come round and rotate.
I feel like you really need to punish Bosk before he turns around and gets back in the fight. Otherwise, you're into another joust with him.
Yeah. Oh, try to get round there, but that's a big bump there from... I say a big bump, he should be okay, although the Spice Runner has rotated his arc, so can get a shot there.
I mean, I think that's enough to get away from his own bomb, which is definitely needed.
Oh yeah, because if he takes that bomb,
and also
that's him gone.
Didn't bump into the rock, which would have potentially just been the end of him.
Yes.
I do kind of want to see the Spice Runner rock up behind this First Order bomber and just finish the job.
Yeah, absolutely. He is the hero that we all need right now. I'm just curious, what is Boss going to do?
I feel like
it's got to be a 2.
A 2 to his left, I think, because at least then you've got the wide arc.
Ooh.
Okay, clearing the stress.
I mean, it's going to be tricky. Depends on what... He doesn't have anything that will still be in his arc unless Midnight does move that way, because Kylo will be out of his arc in a moment. And if Kylo has decided to chase hard, that'll be a bump, I reckon.
Depends how he's decided to chase. Like, if he's just done... Has he got a 1-bank?
He's got the 1-bank. He could... No, he doesn't have the 1-bank.
No, Kylo has a 2-bank.
He's got the 2. So...
Yeah, that might not give him a shot, actually.
I don't think he can keep a shot on without rotating if he turns the other way. Because if Midnight wasn't there, the 1 hard would be perfect. Because you could 1 hard and then barrel roll and jam.
Let's have a look what he's up to. Oh, what template's getting grabbed?
Oh, it's a bank, 3-bank. And judging by where Midnight's being placed, that's back towards the middle of the board.
Oh, okay. Is that a sloop?
No, just
No?
a regular
Okay.
regular bank.
And I guess with the position where he is, just rotate the gun.
Yeah, I would absolutely just rotate. Be absolutely fine. Still get you a
Because
shot
the
into
the
boss.
rotate is a linked action that's also white.
Yeah,
I
so
think.
you could do a focus rotate with that one because it's the secondary action.
Yeah.
The two first order ships that have the rotate, it's a white action. It's mental.
And also with the enhanced jamming suite, you could jam and rotate. Would that help? I guess Boss did take a focus by the looks of it.
You can't actually jam and rotate.
Oh, is that not one of them?
No, it's pretty
There's
much
so many
everything
other
else.
things on that card. I kind of just assumed it, but all right.
Yeah, so you can't target lock, evade, or rotate at the same time that you do a jam.
Oh, okay.
So it gives you focus jam, barrel roll jam, boost jam, or jam.
If you just want some jam,
Yeah,
that's your card.
it's just a crazy card, to be honest. And
It's been tricky to. Here's the bomb. Doesn't hit the bomb. Doesn't hit Dalen. Definitely hits the Spice Runner. So that'll be a shoot of him. It's been a little tricky to track, but Babu Frick has been used.
Babu Frick has been used a couple of times here.
Yeah, I can't quite tell when that was, but I do kind of like him as an upgrade.
Yeah.
Like just being able to take tokens away from the board and putting them on him instead. Yes, you might get them all later, but I feel like that's just part of the Scum faction, really.
Yeah.
What have we got going on here? We've
I
got...
think that was some more damage into Bosk there. Fuel leak onto Bosk.
Ow. That would have
been Kylo out the back.
Kylo is just racking up these crits. That wasn't even with his abilities.
No, Kylo, the Whisper is powerful. It's very good. It's not amazing by any shot, but I think it is really good.
It's very frail. Like it deals some massive damage, but it does.
Yeah, it is a glass cannon.
Like
having only 2 of 8 dice is probably the biggest
if you want an
downfall of the
extra
ship.
one, you do have to jam yourself, which does seem a bit problematic.
Yeah.
I guess if you're doing like a jam and a reposition, then it's okay, but potentially losing a target lock you've been saving up could be annoying.
I mean, with bye-bye, Dalen. I mean, we kind of expected that.
Babu Frick.
Babu.
Just in space going, hey.
With Kylo and having the Force, jamming yourself isn't really a big issue there.
True. Yeah,
So
the
for
Force
him,
is a
it's
good
fine.
alternative. I guess the other pilots more so feel it.
I mean, they've all got abilities that...
Sorry to interrupt. Is this the Spice Runner?
Oh, it's 2 hits. It's
Spice Runner.
Spice Runner does it.
Go Spice Runner!
Spice Runner for the win.
Avenging Dalen.
That was exactly what we needed right there.
Do you know what I think the reason for that was? He's got the new paint job.
Yeah, but that normally goes against you.
No,
that's
the new
new shit.
cool black style Hawk. So much cooler than the brown one. I know the brown one is like the
iconic
one.
But that
it's just sleek. As soon as you put a ship in black, it's just sleek. Like look at these first order ones.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw that Hawk, I was just like, oh, I need that. I need that so badly. And the Y-wings are really nice as well in the black and grey.
Yeah.
But again, that pack, really good pack, Fugitives. Really good pack. Very underrated. Everyone was
there seems to
obviously...
be a lot of upgrades in it.
Yeah, there are a lot in there. And I think a lot of people were like, oh yeah, you get Darth Vader in the Defender, you get a new I6s.
I guess the only downside is if you've already got those ships, or even multiple of those ships, you're just getting more of the model, and it's probably not quite worth buying for more of the same model that you're never going to find that many of.
Yeah, I mean, I think
maybe find the cards that you want somewhere else.
Yeah, I think the Hawk is probably the most interesting one of that pack because, again, you can't get the Hawk in 2.0 at the moment other than that way.
Oh, true, yeah.
I mean, the Y-Wing, there's two ways you can get the Y-Wing, which is the normal Y-Wing pack, that one, and then you've obviously got the other two alternative Y-Wings, the NR2 and the BTLAB, the Republic. But yeah, I still think it's a good pack. I mean, all three of them are really good packs. I think I've had probably more utility out of Fugitives than I have the other two.
Yeah, I picked up the Heroes of Hope one, and I've definitely had a lot of use out of those new pilots and some of the new upgrades.
It's the only one I still haven't got. I keep needing to pick it up, and every time I go to pick it up, they don't have it in stock. So I just end up buying other things. Yeah.
Also, the paint jobs on those new ships are clean.
Yes.
Right, what is Kylo up to here? Is that a K turn?
I doubt it.
No, still not turning around. Interesting. I mean, maybe I'm just too aggressive a player, but I'd be like, yeah, I'll turn around at this point.
I mean, at the moment, I think...
Oh, sending him over to take out the Spice Runner, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of almost ignore Bosk. Bosk is really far away at the moment. I know he's a lot of points, but...
He's also dealing with a lot of crits.
Yeah, he's got a lot of crits to deal with. It's going to take him a long time to get in. He does have Contraband back, though.
Good old Jabba the Hutt.
But it'll only take... I mean, if these guys can focus down that Spice Runner, it'll only take, like, a second for them to flip around. I mean, the
True, and Kylo would basically just have to line up a bullseye and finish off Bosk, really.
Yeah.
And I guess also disengaging lets Kylo get some force back as well.
Yeah, there is that as well. Ooh, Spice Runner saying, no, I won't take damage, thank you.
Good old Spice Runner. What are we measuring here? We've got...
I think double check to see if Bosk actually has a shot.
Oh, I think he might.
He's catches both at range 3.
I think you go for the bomber.
Yeah. I mean, Midnight's got elusive.
Although he's pointing at Midnight a bit. Ooh. It might be a shot into Midnight.
I'm not sure I'd go for that. It's 4 dice with elusive.
I mean, it's a decent hit, though.
Oh, that was into the bomber and evaded.
Okay.
I do think it was the right option to go for the bomber, though. You only need 1 more damage on that bomber to half point it.
Yeah.
Range 2 from the bomber into the Spice Runner.
Come on, Spice Runner.
Obviously worth pointing out at this point, they stopped rolling for RPO as there was no initiative clashes at this stage.
It's a good point, yeah.
Oh, that's not... Oh, still goes through. Half points.
No, Spice Runner.
No, that was the Spice Runner getting the half points.
Sorry, I thought Spice Runner getting shot at there.
He did. He lost the shield, but he got the all-important half points on the First Order Cadet there.
Right, sorry. Again, why do you invite me?
Lack of options.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I've heard that before.
I mean, that Spice Runner's done some good work there, actually. Taken out 1 First Order Cadet and got the half points on the other. And now he's got everything else focusing in on him, so potentially Boss could have a bit more free run to get back in there. Trying to avoid, obviously, those obstacles, because they will not be helpful for him.
Oh, that's quite close. Is that a boost in for a closer bomb?
That's a boost in for a bomb.
I do like that.
That is nice. And then I'd be disappointed if there isn't a sloop out the back of that as well.
Yeah, these first order bombers are such good bombers.
They really are. I mean, they've taken everything that was like fun about the Empire bombers and just dialed it up. We've flipped the wings round, made them a bit faster, made them really cheeky. And yeah, they are just. I like
them.
them.
Make that.
Oh, it's the other way.
Oh, anticipated the bomb, I suppose. Is it enough though? I don't.
It's gonna have.
Might be definitely rotating.
No, you might have to. You might just try and avoid that bomb and do a boost.
I always forget that the Hawk has a boost.
Yeah, it's got the boost.
It's one of the ships that's like, oh yeah, it can boost. And I guess with the turret pointing up,
if he does the bendy boost, he might get back around.
Yeah, but the tie hasn't actually moved yet, has it? I think that's still the right thing to do because you get a bit more distance.
I don't think he's going to have a shot back, but yeah, it's a good option. Oh no, saying that. Yeah, it's still not going to get shot back though, so that's fine.
At least not from the bomber. We might see Midnight come in very quick. I don't think Kaio can quite get into range. This does also give Bosk the chance to come back into the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 3 bank from Bosk. He could trigger contraband again. Oh no, it's just the 1 again.
I guess clearing just flying carefully around.
Oh, with that bomb there, yeah, and all the
clouds and the stress. Yeah, you're right. Save the cybernetics for when you really need it.
Yeah. Yeah, nice fast moves there from Kylo.
Safe to do so. He might, if he boosts, he might just get into range.
Yeah.
Boost and a rotate, probably.
I don't see any reason why you wouldn't.
I think now is a good time to rotate if he hasn't already.
Yeah, it looks like he's still pointing out the back. Yeah, there's the rotate there. Don't think he quite hits bullseye, but still gets a shot. 3
better than no shot.
3 bank here. 2 bank. Ooh, I definitely. If it was me, I'd be barrel rolling to the left.
Towards Kylo and his friends. Yeah, I think so.
Get away from that bomb.
Yeah, away from Bosk. I think he's actually all right where he is for the bomb. But I would be a bit worried about Bosk.
Oh,
just out of range.
Just out of range of the bomb.
Good eye measuring there.
Yeah. Whew. That was tricksy.
Then, the bomb didn't hit the Spice Runner, but knowing that the bomb was likely to come out forced him into that corner.
Yeah.
Like the board control that those bombs give really help you set up some good shots.
And I'll tell you what, those evades that he's getting on that Spice Runner.
No, he doesn't get the balls.
No.
I think he does just clip range 3.
He does clip range 3, so that is still. Oh, that's not great. Spend a force to. Yeah, spend a force to get 1. And more evades from the Spice Runner. That is one tricksy. I mean, paint your ship black and it makes it harder to hit in space.
Can the Spice Runner take that upgrade? Well, no, it's a tech upgrade, isn't it? For the. I know the T-70s can take it because it's pose paint.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's faction limited. It's been a while since I've used it because it is quite expensive.
I think it is. I'm not. To be honest, I don't think I've ever actually seen it.
Is the Ferrosphere paint? Although I can't quite tell with the thing I'm using to look it up whether it is faction limited. There's only 3 points now, actually. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I might give that another go. Actually, there's quite a lot of torpedoes around. That might be useful. Also, with 3 points, it's a decent little we'll throw it on there to make up the points to 200.
Yeah, again, I think that's where a lot of people are going to relook at their lists now to be like, where they'd be going, I'll aim for that 195 for the bid. Then I'll be going, why? Why 195? What can I now put on for 5 points? That
I reckon Quinn built the list and went, "Oh, I still got some points. Let's throw on a shield upgrade."
Yeah, again, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I've looked at a lot of my lists and gone, well, I used to look at my list and they'd be like, there'd be about 196 is like the highest. And now I'm looking at it going, I've got so many 200-point lists, 199, 198. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. What can I get to make them all 200? But sometimes you've got everything on there and you're like, I really can't. I'd have to drop something to get a really cheap ship.
It really changes your mind on what combination of ships are actually going to be worth using.
Yeah.
Now, the Spice Runner is behind that cloud for this turn, potentially.
And
Bosk is coming in. Midnight is pretty healthy. First Order Cadet might take some damage here, actually.
If Bosk can get a good shot in.
Yeah, if Bosk can live.
Yeah. I mean, he would have marksmanship lined up right now as well. Oh, and he's got that reinforce on the front.
Good idea.
Oh.
Although, you can jam a reinforce, can't you? It's a green token.
Yes, a green token.
Is Kylo going to jam it? I mean, all 3 of his ships are already pointing at Bosk. He's thinking about it. I think you go for it. If you can jam off a 3 health ship who has a reinforce, get rid of the reinforce.
And then just ruin it.
Like, for all the times I've just thrown the free jamming beam on the T-70s, I don't think I've ever actually used it. And the few times it's come up, I'm like, it's got a reinforce, but then no one else has a shot. In this situation, I think I would, and I think that just happened.
But the thing is, normally when you've got a jamming beam, it's in place of something else.
Yeah.
It's like, why would I use the jamming beam when I could shoot? Like, is there generally any reason?
Midnight is bumped. Okay, so 1 less shot.
That's a bit of a shame there. Not for Quinn. Quinn's loving it.
Come in pretty quick.
Yeah. But this is a range 1 bullseye with 3 force from Kylo Ren.
No tokens for defense. And there is a target lock. I don't know whose that is. Oh, not the best.
I think it's Kylo Ren's target lock.
I think that is, yes. Oh, I think that is dead.
Bye-bye,
especially
boss.
With the... Yeah.
That's 3 hits. It doesn't even need to spend the force to go crit crazy. Please don't go crit crazy, Jamie. I don't have enough space.
It was a worthy last-ditch effort to get into the fight from Bosk, though.
Yeah. But we have a final shot from the Spice Runner.
Out the side. Can he finish the other First Order Cadet?
It would need to be double crit.
Is the Spice Runner going to get both kills?
Oh, unfortunately not. Oh, but he does get another point of damage on there.
That's not bad.
Spice Runner, MVP.
I mean, to be fair, I think Kylo Ren possibly MVP.
Yeah.
Although, actually, no, the bombers, I think, did really well with their bomb placements.
Yeah, to be honest, I think the only 2 ships I think would say were definitely a little bit disappointed. Midnight didn't really do much.
He was a bit out of position, bumped a few times, yeah. And then Brie Dalen.
Yeah, I think Boss did all right, actually, considering the positions he was in. He was in a bit of an awkward position of having to go in between everything. But I do think that, Kylo did some really good work. The bombers did great, and the Spice Runner was just brilliant. I thought it was hilarious.
It's always the like just generic pilots who come out and you're like, oh, that guy again. Give him a name. In the comments, what name should this Spice Runner have? Come up with one.
And I will see if I can get Quinn to actually somehow get it on the ship as well.
We'll make a custom card or something, I don't know.
But that was an absolutely cracking game, though. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did, James.
Yeah, that was a great one. Thanks for having me on.
No worries, mate. It's always great to have you on the channel. Guys, again, I hope you really enjoyed that. Thank you very much to Jamie and Quinn for giving us such a great game to watch. If you do like what we're doing here, as I said, don't forget we have a Patreon link in the description below, so go and support us on there. In the meantime, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and you know what, guys, we will see you next time.